everyone. Um, just give me a second. Yep. Hi. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the Thursday live streams. मेरा नाम वाणी है and आप चलचित्र टॉक्स देख रहे हैं. Hi Hemant, how are you? I do not understand what you're saying, Asif. But yeah, how is everyone doing? I'm just waiting for a couple more people to join and then we can start. Okay. Hi Charu, how are you? So yeah, welcome to Chalchitra Talks, guys. हमारी Thursday, I don't know why I'm stammering, but हमारा Thursday stream है आज, and we'll keep it very casual. I have a few books to talk to you about, and there are a few things I want to tell you about as well. It's very exciting. Hi Vishal, how are you? I'm seeing you after so long on a live stream. Um, just give me a second. Yeah. So I just finished reading Kafka today, and oh, Banatoshini Chaud. I'm so sorry, I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I have my final exams from Monday, and I'm dying with tension. It's okay, exams will be great. किस चीज के exams हैं Banatoshini? Oh, hi Vaibhav. Vaibhav is here. You know, I was actually speaking with Vaibhav today, and उसने थोड़े like just a few minutes ago, he actually sent me a photograph saying that I've finally done. I'm finally done filming and editing the entire networking course. And I do not know about you guys, but मैं बहुत excited हूँ. Like this is one thing that I'm so happy about and I'm so excited about. I just don't know. What are we reading today? Hi Ashray, how are you? Hi Simran, how are you? Hi Explain Data and hi Chetan. So it seems so long हमने बहुत time से solo stream नहीं किया है. I mean the last stream was a Q&A and I do not know why but I dread Q&A streams because questions keep on coming in and you can't decide the flow of the stream. And I usually like my streams to go very slow because otherwise I get overwhelmed with the information that I'm receiving and the information I need to give out that I eventually just mess up a little. By little, I mean a lot. But I hope you don't mind the flow that I usually take in my solo streams, which is very slow. Hi, Pantoshini. Ninth ka finals in English hai to can manage, but okay. Oh, it's okay, Pantoshini. It's just class 9. I know it feels a lot, but you'll be okay. And all the best for exam. Hi, Radhika. How are you? I did finish reading Kafka, and I finished reading it during the day, and there were so many good things that were happening. And it is a beautiful read. I mean, of course, I understand why people say कि confusing ho jati hai now, but it is a beautiful read nonetheless. And I was reading an article where Murakami has said that, this book is supposed to be read more than once. You're supposed to give it at least 2 readings so that you understand it better. And I think मुझे second reading देनी पड़ेगी soon. And yeah, no, I did not read it very fast. I wish I could have finished it sooner, but I was caught up in a few things. And but yeah, I think Radhika, you're right. I kind of aimed at picking it up every day. Like there was not, I think, except for a few days last week, I picked Kafka every day, and I aimed I'll finish at least a few pages, 30 or something pages. So yeah, here I am. And Kafka is actually pretty easily readable amongst all of Murakami books. Oh my God, Rohan. You know what? Everyone told us, like, this is my first Murakami, and everyone warned me against making Kafka my first Murakami, but I'm so happy I did it. And now you're telling me it's one of the most easily readable ones amongst Murakami. A lot of people are going to disagree with you. I don't because I don't know. I haven't read other Murakami. But hi, Vipul. How are you? Hi, Sunil. Hi, Jibin. Jibin is here. You can enable slow chat. That's a good solution. I am on 450th page on Kafka, 50 to go, to meta so far. Nice. How many days does it take to finish the book? So Sudeep, I took 20 days to finish the book because I took my time reading it. You can finish it sooner if you have a decent reading speed as well. Um, Hi Mrityunjaya. Hi Mrityunjay. I hope it's Mrityunjay and not Mrityunjaya. Uh, God, this is nice. We are now. Panadoshini is from class 9 and unke exams chal rahe hain. She's a little tense about it. So guys, wish her all the best. Because I remember when I was in class 9 and I would be so tense about my exams. I mean, I still get tense, and I remember before the stream I was a little nervous. I don't know why, but we feel you. We've been there, and it will all be okay. It's just class 9, and exams shouldn't give you so much stress. But yeah, hi, explain data. So you loved, you'll really, I'm so glad you loved the interview. Could you please recommend any PG Woodhouse for someone who hasn't read any of his books? Oh, I read PG Woodhouse when I was growing up. And to be honest, I haven't read a lot of PG Woodhouse. I've only read 2 to 3 of his books, if I'm not wrong. But you know what? I'll actually do an episode on this and maybe we can discuss it there. Please read. Oh, you know what, Simran? This is going to be one of my next reads, Norwegian Wood. I remember picking it up. Like this could have been my first Murakami years ago, but I remember picking it up and just like I don't know how to. Romance makes me uncomfortable, and I'm becoming like more emotionally intelligent now. So I think I'll be able to better appreciate it because back in 2016 or 17, whenever I picked it up, I was quick to dismiss it, like so many other things. But yeah. Hi Kush. Hi Kush, how are you? Uh, Murakami books need time to read. I learned the hard way while reading 1Q84. Kafka has good flow apart from obviously awesome world building. True. Uh, I've been so tense that I lost the ability to get tense. Oh, nice. Hi Sanjana. Oh, hi Shresh. How are you? How's your back? When are you coming to visit us? Hi Sanjana. Oh, you like the sweater. So I this is something that like people say it's the good luck wali sweater, and I get more super chats when I wear this, so I'm expecting a lot of super chats tonight. Paisa hi paisa. But in any case, thank you so much, Sanjana. Also, ये decision fatigue हटा देता है because then I know मुझे हर stream में यही sweater पहननी है, so I'm not going to think a lot and just wear it anyway. Hi Sonia, how are you? I miss my school and the simpler times of being excitedly afraid of my exams. I don't know what excitedly afraid means. I was never afraid of exams. I don't know why. Um, all good. Yesterday's interview was very good. Oh, I'm so glad you liked it. Um, Pathik and I were a little nervous, जो clearly दिख रहा था, but eventually the interview was so nice. It went well. Uh, yeah, I've already told Vaibhav that I'm going to be obsessing over Murakami for quite some time, and he's given me his. We've actually discussed how this will go down if I actually pick up Murakami for the next few months, and he's pretty happy with it. Uh, but this is cool, dude. Uh, Pooja, I finished Kafka. So, guys, how many of you are actually reading Kafka on the show for a book a month? Because so a few days ago, someone reached out to me and they said they would like to have regular discussions. And हमारा एक और group है WhatsApp पे, WhatsApp पर जहाँ पर लोग बात कर रहे थे कि we need a separate Zoom calls for this discussion and so on and so forth. And we've actually created a Discord. So Discord is an app and you can download it if in case you don't have it. Discord पर हमारा एक server है चलचित्र talks के नाम से. And if someone is watching it, please share the link to Discord. And वहाँ पर हमारा एक channel है, a book a month करके वहाँ पे. And you can join that channel, and that's where we actually plan to discuss a lot of we plan to do all the discussions around a book a month. जो भी हमारी book रहेगी for the month, we plan to do the discussions around it on Discord, and you can join it. And we're just 60 people short of. I think the last I checked, 60 लोग बचे थे. If we had 60 more, we would be at 1,000. So please, I mean, 60 people are watching us. And if all of you join the Discord community, it will be so great and we'll be at 1,000 pretty quickly. So please do so. Uh, is it really sweater weather there? Yes, Vishal. Where I live, it's pretty chilled. I only completed The Alchemist. I take too much time to complete any now. Hey, just be regular with your reading. That's all I have to say. Yay for Discord. Hey, that's nice, Vijay. So, Jibin has very kindly shared the Discord link, and that's so nice. Okay, Bhumik. Ha. I don't think. Hey, Bhumik, happy birthday, by the way, guys. Bhumik ka's birthday है. He's my friend who joined us for the stream on Mahabharat. हमने महाभारत की बात करी थी, and we discussed literature that's related to Mahabharat as well. So, उनका आज birthday, and he's here in the stream. Do wish him. And yeah, Dishant. Yeah, that's actually a nice suggestion, Dishant. I won't get super chats if I keep on reading all the comments in the chat. Try ignoring some if super chats is the goal. Hmm. Thank you so much. So yeah, so a book a month के लिए there are two ways with जिनसे आप हमसे connect कर सकते हैं. One is the email, and it's chalchitrabookclub@gmail.com. And if you like a book or if you finished a book, if you want to join me for the stream next week on Kafka on the Shore, do send us, I don't know, your emails and tell us why you really liked the book, and maybe we can have some of you on the stream, and it would be real fun. Um, and the second option is, of course, Discord. You can join our Discord community. सिर्फ 60 लोग और चाहिए, and then we'll be a good 1,000 people on Discord. And so do join the community. वहाँ पर we've created a separate channel for a book a month. So you can join us there, and जो भी future में हम books discuss करते हैं, we can easily discuss those. And that's one. So yeah, and okay. Yay, Bhumik. Kafka was on my bookshelf for quite some time now. Thanks to you guys, I finally picked it up. I'm halfway through and it has been quite an experience. Hey Shreya, I'm so glad you liked it. And Hamara Agle Thursday, there is a good, there'll be a session on Kafka on the Shore. So I hope you'll finish the book by then. But thoughts about Brida, Nafis Aslam. Is it the book by Paulo Coelho? Are you talking about that one? I don't know, just correct me, because if you are, then I have a few things to say about it. But yeah, we have a birthday boy amongst us, yes. Kabir Dev, I would really like to thank you for bringing Dhruv. His recommendations made 2021 so good for me this far. Are you talking about Dhruv Gupta or Dhruv Sehgal? Because I'm confused because both of them have some amazing recommendations. Dhruv Sehgal हमारे episode पर आए थे, he recommended some books, and Dhruv Gupta obviously recommended podcasts last year, and he recommends TV series as well. And unki recommendations are equally good, and both of them have the same name, so I'm confused here. But yeah, what book would be next month? So for that, you'll have to watch our live stream for next week, which will be on Thursday, and we will discuss Kafka on the Shore, and I will actually disclose what book we are going to pick up for the month of March. Yep. Hey Shresht. Oh. No one will get this joke. So if you go and actually check Shresht ka Instagram handle, it says, Shresht is a very dear friend, and it says, I'll find you and I will post about your birthday, because it's kind of, so everyone has their own sort of Instagram profile, right? And handle. And I usually go on Shresht's handle to check kiska birthday kab hota hai. So if I have forgotten a friend's birthday, I'll go on Shresh's profile and check when his birthday was, because his handle has nothing but birthday posts. So his bio rightly reads, I will find you and I will post about your birthday, and hence his comment. But yeah. Umang Kapari, I finished book sooner than I originally imagined. The book was so interesting. Hey, I'm glad you liked it. Kabir, I connect to him since I am also under therapy. Hey, I'm glad you liked Dhruv's recommendations. I'm so glad. And yeah, if there is a problem, you can always ping us. we're also doing book discussions every night on Discord. That's quite exciting. Hey, Abhishek, that's so cool. So, guys, if you haven't joined our Discord channel, please join kar lijiye. Because I think 60, we were short of 60 people before I started this stream, and it'll be so nice if by the end of the stream, we'll have 1,000 people on Discord. That will be so nice. Um, Good. Okay, cool. So I won't read any comments because Mrityunjay said the title should be Reading Comments with Vaani. So that was it. So I finished reading Murakami and I've created a list of. So I have a habit of making notes in my books, and I know I won't get to do it next week. So I'm going to do it a little right now. So I've made a list of all the films he spoke about or were mentioned in the book, all the writers, poets he spoke about in the book, philosophers, and the music music and books. I sort of made a list of everything, and it is a whopping 1.5 page. But yeah, I don't even know if I should let you in my favorite parts because I think a lot of you are still reading it. So I am not sure if I should actually let you in on what my favorite parts were or what parts made me actually emotional because I don't know. Just let me know how many of you have actually finished reading it. And please write us an email on chalchitrabooklab@gmail.com. And it will actually be such, because we really want to get a few people for our next live session who can discuss Kafka with us. And this would be all the more beautiful because it would be nice to have you guys here with me on Zoom instead of me speaking to myself on Zoom. But it'll be nice to have all of you and we can discuss Kafka together. And yeah, apart from that, so my next read is going to be so I got two books recently. One is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. I do not know how to pronounce her name. I'm so excited to read this because I've heard quite a few things about this. So this is something I'm going to pick up pretty soon after I finish Winnie the Pooh. So it's kind of nice. I got it quite recently. And the reason why, so when I got it, I was a little nervous because I was honestly not sure how it's going to pan out. Because I never liked Winnie the Pooh while growing up. I thought he was very polite, and I wasn't a fan of Winnie the Pooh because I didn't like his voice, to be honest. Jo bhi aati thi mere TV par. And I ordered this anyway. And to my surprise, the dedication of the book reads this. And I think I found my favorite, like, so I love dedications. I have this deep, soft corner for dedications. And I think they actually, the reason why I really like them is because you actually start thinking of the author as a human. And this is something even Ratna ma'am said in her interview. If you haven't seen my conversation with Ratna ma'am, please check it out. We just released the episode yesterday. And she has given some beautiful recommendations. And she's talked about some beautiful things as well. And she's shared her opinion on certain things which are very heartwarming and eye opening. And she said this, and I completely agree with her that all of a sudden you start humanizing the author when you come across the dedication. And that is one of the many reasons why I love dedications. And so I ordered Winnie the Pooh. And I have not been a fan of Winnie the Pooh, but I've heard so much about his philosophy that I had to do it anyway. And I opened it, and the dedication, I don't know agar aapko, if you can see the tilted one or flipped one, just ask me, I'll flip it over. And it says to her, hand in hand we come, Christopher, Robin, and I, to lay this book in your lap. Say you're surprised, say you like it, say it's just what you wanted, because it is yours, because we love you. And I just ruined the emotion he must have written it with. But yeah, it's really nice. And the introduction goes, if you happen to have read another book, and now I know like 74 people are watching us. 77 people are watching us right now, and let's just see how many people stay by the time I'm done reading the introduction. But the introduction goes, if you happen to have read another book about Christopher Robin, you may remember that he once had a swan, or the, uh, or the swan had Christopher Robin, I do not know which, and that he used to call his swan Pooh. That was a long time ago, and when we said goodbye, we took the name with us, as we didn't think the swan would want it anymore. Well, when Edward Bear said that he would like an exciting name all to himself, Christopher Robin said at once, without stopping to think that he was Winnie the Pooh. And he was. So, as I have explained the Pooh part, I will now explain the rest of it. So, this is an introduction that the author of this book, I do not know how to pronounce his name, so I'm going to use the initials AAM because that's what he uses in the introduction. And he says, you can't be in London for long without going to the zoo. And he's telling you why he's actually written this book. And not a lot of people know, but he wrote this book for his only son, AAM. He actually made the character of Winnie the Pooh for his only son, jinka naam tha Christopher Robin. And it is perfectly, there are some illustrations in the book as well of Pooh and the little boy. And well, yeah, he says you can't be in London for long without going to the zoo. There are some people who begin the zoo at the beginning, called Vain, and walk as quickly as they can past every cage until they get to the one called Way Out. But the nicest people go straight to the animal they love the most and stay there. So when Christopher Robin goes to the zoo, he goes to where the polar bears are, and he whispers something to the third keeper from the left, and doors are unlocked. And we wander through dark passages and up steep stairs until at last we come to the special cage and the cage is opened. And out trots something brown and furry, and with a happy cry of, oh, bear, Christopher Robin rushes into its arms. Now, this bear's name is Winnie, which shows what a good name for bears it is. But the funny thing is that we can't remember whether Winnie is called after Pooh or Pooh after Winnie. We did know once, but we have forgotten. I had written as far as this when Piglet looked up and said in his squeaky voice, what about me? My dear Piglet, I said, the whole book is about you. So it is about Pooh, he squeaked. You see what it is. He's jealous because he thinks Pooh is having a grand introduction all to himself. Pooh is the favorite, of course, there is no denying it, but Piglet comes in for a good many things which Pooh misses. Because you can't take Pooh to school without everybody knowing it. But Piglet is so small that he slips into a pocket where it is very comfortable to feel him when you are not quite sure whether twice 7 is 12 or 22. Sometimes he slips out and has a good luck in the ink pot, and in this way, he has got more education than Pooh, but Pooh doesn't mind. Some have brains and some haven't, he says, and there it is. And now all the others are saying, what about us? So perhaps the best thing to do is to stop writing introductions and get on with the book. And I really like this introduction because it is all the more personal, and there are 60 people watching, so we lost 17 viewers. But this is great nonetheless. I was really, I was not certain when I was ordering this book, but so far it reads just well. How many of you remember watching Pooh, Winnie the Pooh? And यहाँ पे zoo की बात भी हुई. So I've been to the zoo only once. But yeah, let me know if you've been to the zoo and if you've read the book Winnie the Pooh or if you have seen Winnie the Pooh. And now this will be an awkward wait because I think you guys will hear this a few seconds later. Will you be sharing? Okay, I'll just read the comments thode se until then. And cool. I have read Book Thief. I just saw a comment ask me that. Oh, Namrata, you just read a little life. I'm about to read this book and I do not know. I'm very nervous because I've heard beautiful reviews about this, but all of them are so sad. So I don't know. Nanda Kumar Unikrishna. I will try and share the list with you guys, but you were too busy, lazy to make a list. But yeah, I am actually obsessed with Beethoven's. I'm forgetting the name, but I kind of listen to it now everywhere I go because I love that song. Oh, Archduke Trio. Yes, me too, Aryan. Me too. I'm hooked to it. Okay. Have you ever seen the live action? No, I haven't. AX says, does that book say something about the Beatles? Someone in the comment section said so. Are we talking about Kafka on the Shore? Because yes, I mean, he just listens to the songs of Beatles. If I have I don't think there's a specific song he mentions, but he mentions the band, the Beatles. Okay, Winnie the Pooh literally makes me cry so much. It's so pure. You know, I had a problem with Winnie the Pooh while growing up. I do not know why, but I did not like him at all. And I don't know. But yeah. Oh, hi Ayush, how are you? Can you please show us the cover? So it's the cover of a beer. It's the cover. The cover is this. Okay, wait. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see the screen. I don't know. Will I have to turn it? But yeah, this is the cover with Pooh, I think, with his head inside a bucket of honey or something. It's a very pretty cover and it's a very pretty book. And it smells great as well. Like, you know, I don't know if you guys had that smell, but when we used to go to school and there used to be brown covers, but you know, the new books used to smell something like this. This is nice. Big fan of, yeah, I would read off the Pooh. I only got it because I used to look at a couple of photographs posted, which assumingly were things that Pooh had said. And so I got this book and it reads pretty nice. And this reminds me, like, so today I actually, so there was, so Valentine's Day came to an end and I wanted to recommend something that would help anyone deal with breakups and fallouts in relationships. And I recommended this book that has probably helped me a lot. It's a book by, I won't even try pronouncing it because I practiced it for the video, but I'm not certain if it's the correct pronunciation. But I recommended How to Love. And um, I don't know if it's the right place to address it, but okay, I got distracted by the comments. But I'll just mark out the things I've said because I don't want to repeat myself. Yep. So I create a list so that I don't forget because sometimes I get overwhelmed by the comments and then I forget the things that I'm supposed to speak of in the live stream. So I make like small pointers for myself. But yeah, so my latest episode is about a book on spirituality. It's by Thich Nhat Hanh, and he was actually a Vietnamese Buddhist monk. You can read about his life. It's very interesting. And yeah, I recommended his How to Love. So he's written a couple of series called Mindfulness series. He was the father of mindfulness. He is the father of mindfulness. And I recommend something called How to Love. And there was this comment that interested me a lot. Uh, because all of us have, I mean, I think I don't like to talk a lot about spirituality because everyone has their own personal journey of being spiritual. And this is something I said in the comments as well. And I was just Googling up the meaning of spirituality anyway. And there was a line that said that perhaps spirituality is something that's engaging. Spirituality is engaging with something that's larger than yourself. I'll just Google the exact definition to give you. Um, yep. I like exact definitions because then you know what you're talking about. So it says the quality of being concerned with the human spirit or soul as opposed to material or physical things. But how do you define spirituality? It's the recognition of a feeling or a sense of belief that there is something greater than yourself, something more to being human than a sensory experience. which is all fine, but this is where our understanding of spirituality comes in. And I think it's different for everyone. And before I get into it, just let me know, what are your thoughts on spirituality? Should we even talk about this here? Um, Kabir. Hi, Kabir. Oh, yeah. Please correct me. It's Thich Nhat Hanh, right? I don't know because I get mostly the westernized pronunciations and they differ a lot. But hey, our channel has that strange piece I never expected from any channel in YouTube that deals with book recommendations. That's so nice. Thank you so much, Kabir. I like his readings, teachings as well. Like, I do not know, but so what would your take be on what would your take be on spirituality, guys? I'm just interested to know because the Thursday streams are for reading, I know, but I really wanted to understand your take on spirituality. So I started reading, I got introduced to spirituality because I read some articles in a magazine which were by Osho. And I remember thinking when I was growing up at that time, I don't even remember what I read, but I remember thinking, oh my God, this is so cool. And this is when I was in class seven. And but yeah, so that happened. And I remember thinking to myself, this is so cool. And that's how I started discovering more things and more writings that dealt with spirituality. And I think where I got stuck and my last tryst with spirituality was when I read Dr. Brian Weiss and his books. Now, I know a lot of us and a lot of you might not believe in reincarnation, and neither do I. But I believe if something helps you find peace with yourself, make peace with yourself and others, why not? Essentially, uh, essentially, spirituality is having the sense that there is something that's greater than you, right? And sometimes it can come through you to any relationship that you share with a tree, with birds, with books, and so on and so forth. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because we were talking about meditation on Clubhouse yesterday. Now, for those of you who are not aware, we are on Clubhouse now. And wherever when I do a stream or do a conversation, make conversation there every night. So wherever when I talk anyway and we get on calls anyway at the end of the day to discuss like this, to discuss and go over the things that we've done for the day, uh, the tasks that are pending and so on. And when Clubhouse came in, we were like, hey, we want to try this. It sounds so interesting because both of us love podcasts. And if there is a platform which is remotely like one, why not try it? And so we go there every night and we talk about things that we are doing. And yesterday we were talking about meditation. And quite surprisingly, I had shot the episode a few days ago, but it released today. And then I just connected the two, and all of us have a different experience of or different definition of meditation, etc., and so on. And we were talking about how sometimes tangible things are very meditative. But yeah, I was associated with ISKCON my first year of engineering. Hey, oh Jasvi, I did read your email. I'm so sorry. I haven't had the time to reply to you, but I'll do so probably by the end of this week. I'm so sorry. I've been caught up in a few things, and I know that's not a good excuse, but I will try and get back to you on your email by end of this week. I have read it, but I'll get back to you by end of this week. Spirituality is so different from religion. When it comes to religion, you have divisions, but in spirituality, there's no division from any perspective. It's quite a rebellious idea. I know. And I've been reading about Sufism now quite lately. So if you guys have any good Sufi books and recommendations, do let me know because I am in that phase where I'm discovering a lot of new things and I would really like to know more about it. Life of a Yogi by Yoganand is one of the best to dig in deep about spirituality. Yeah. After I ended the session with Thich Nhat Hanh, I wrote the first book on Buddha in the form of poetry and prose named Buddha. In Poetry and Prose, it is on Amazon. Hey Kabir, that's nice. Do share a link with us. Um, I stopped thinking about spirituality because I started doubting self existence. Hmm. I think that's something that happened with me, but I'm revisiting all these things now, and it's kind of nice. And there is this book. Um, it's a children's book actually, and I was. It's about. I don't remember the name. I'm sorry. I think it's a pig and his blanket. It's some animal and his blanket, and this animal is very like he is the thing. And each night all the animals in the house, the toys basically they are sent. It's sort of a toy story but बहुत हमारा desi bookish version of it. And every night all the toys assemble under the blanket because they feel cold. And one night the blanket is left out to dry, and वो वहीं रह जाता है, and all the animals are like frozen. So there is this very interesting children's story about this, and it just reminds me of how you say, feel zen. And yeah, you should check out that children's story. I don't know how the thread led me there, but yeah. According to me, spirituality is finding your inner self rather than finding the answers about life or death from books. One will find the answer within oneself. That's nice. I also think that all of us have our own journeys of discovering ourselves, and therefore, not everyone discovers it the same way. And therefore, we should, like, there might be some books that you frown upon, and there might be some books, the same books, I might absolutely love them. For example, this book that I recommended today by Thich Nhat Hanh is one of the books written by him. There was someone who said that or there was, I don't know how to put it, but you might frown upon it because the thoughts that are discussed here might not be your ideal way of entering the realm of spirituality. But I believe eventually anything that leads you to discover yourself is something that you should pick up. So if you haven't already seen it, I mean, I don't know, do check out the episode that I've shared. And if you have some thoughts and book recommendations on spirituality or Sufism, do let me know, because that would be so helpful for me because I'm also discovering books. And there was someone who had asked me in the YouTube comments, how do I discover books, or how do I? And it's by this I get recommendations from people. I am surviving on recommendations by Amazon for now. But it'd be so great if we could recommend each other the best of books because there is so much written literature. And there were quite a few books that I came across actually while reading Murakami. I'll just share actually authors while reading Murakami. And there were a couple of, okay, there's this book that I've written twice. There was Tales of Moonlight and Rain. And there's this Wikipedia that I no, there's this encyclopedia that I really want to get, Cats of the World. But there were also a lot of Japanese authors that I came across, and I think I'll read them pretty soon. Hey, Weber is here. We're on 960 members on Discord, 42. Guys, please, 64 people are watching us. 40 or like, please join our Discord channel. It'll be so nice. But yeah, spirituality is about all about the journey and the willingness to experience each and every inch of it. Whenever I do that, I find out something new about myself, and yeah, it feels spiritual for me. That's nice. 40 Rules of Love. I really like that book. I think my favorite part isn't. I remember posting I remember posting a photograph of the book on my channel, and I wrote 2/3 grade, 1/3 average, something like this. And I think my problem was with the modern part of it. But then again, I think my problem, I think until now has been I do not know how to take in romance in any form. And that's why I have missed out on some of the finest pieces of literature on romance, but that's my problem. But I really liked the part about Shams of Tabriz. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. And Rumi. I really liked that part. And of course, poems by Rumi. Yes. Khalil Gibran was my guide to spirituality. Hey, I've only read The Prophet. I really like it. If one has to understand spirituality, there is no one better than Jiddu Krishnamurti. Hey, thank you, Kabir. This is a very nice recommendation. I don't know how many of you have read Dr. Brian Weiss. Not that I recommend his teachings, but it's just when I was growing up, that was kind of an introduction for me. Of course, I've detached myself from, not detached, but um, I no longer am a part of that school of thought, I guess. But there were some things that have stayed with me. I was just going through the books today and I came across certain lines. I'd written a couple of when I was reading it. But wait, I remember this is like my many lives, many masters copy, and there are so many markings on the page. And there is this bit here where he says, okay, I think a lot of the things that I practice in life come from here essentially. But there was this one part where he says, I'm just trying to find it. I haven't touched this book in so long. I used to remember almost everywhere where what part lands where. Yep, this is. So there were a thing called many masters, multiple masters, and I've forgotten the concept now, but this was a poet master. He was someone who knew a lot, very knowledgeable being. And he said, patience and timing, everything comes when it must come. A life cannot be rushed, cannot be worked on a schedule as so many people want it to be. We must accept what comes to us at a given time and not ask for more. But life is endless, and so we never die, and we were never really born. Is something else? Okay, we just pass through different phases. The bottom line is, I just don't want to read all of it because there are certain things that I no longer believe in. Or maybe I don't know if are true or not. There's no scientific proof. If there is, please let me know. But there are certain lines that make sense to me. And I think whenever I am anxious, I go back to this one line: patience and timing, everything comes when it must. A life cannot be rushed and cannot be worked on a schedule as so many people want it to be. And I know, of course, sometimes you do not have any choice. But just thinking about this, that patience and timing, everything comes when it must. You cannot rush through things and expect everything to be okay. Everything takes its own time, and every person takes his own time. And that's one of the many things why I really still relate to some of his writings because it helps me calm down essentially. Hey, you should definitely check out Waking Up by Sam Harris, a great book for. Hey, thank you so much. It's actually on my to read list. But yeah, hey, Siddharth, recommended by Naval Ravik. Yes, it's actually a beautiful book. I remember picking it up when I was. I've actually gone to this book. I visited this book thrice. The first time I visited it, I didn't like it much. The second time I actually read it a little and I was like, cool, it makes sense, but I don't think I'm in the right headspace for it. Third time it blew my mind. I really liked it. I will surely beg you to read Humankind by Rutger Bregman. It will change your view about the world from a very scientific perspective. But in the subconscious, there is a spiritual idea hidden. This is nice. I'm going to note down this name. I'm sorry. So we were talking about this yesterday as well. So if Weber was here, he would have taken a screenshot, which is ideally what you should do. I like to note down things with pen and paper, which makes everything slow for me. Hey Vishal, are you talking about time heals everything? I think you're talking time into healing. Are you talking about this book, Time into Healing? But this is a very interesting concept. I do not know if past life regression is actually real, but his patients do feel better after hypnotherapy. So I do not know how that works. But as long as people start feeling better and recover, I think that's all it takes, right? But yeah, I think someone wants. So yeah, I don't know. Someone asked me to show them a little life ka cover. So this is a little life for those of you who missed it. So there is another beautiful cover on the internet, guys. If you Google, I think that's the cover that'll show. My cover, on the other hand, is a little. I don't know. This was the only one available, and isi ki one day delivery ho rahi thi, and I was so excited to read this book that I ordered it anyway. I know I should have picked it up, but I like this cover as well. So You can see, yep, so that's the book. I'm kind of afraid by the length of this book. Oh, hey, this is not Kafka bhi itni lambi thi. It's just, we'll probably finish it in a month or two if we start reading it every day and leave aside everything else. But yeah, for those of you who are starting to get into spirituality, I do say you can try picking up Dr. Brian Weiss, because I don't know, that's how I was introduced to spirituality. Post that, there are so many good people I've come across. Like I think like Kabir recommended Rutger Bregman. I'm pretty certain it's the incorrect pronunciation, but yeah. Hey Vani, can we discuss Wuthering Heights someday? Yeah, Shreya, let's do that. We should talk about more classic literature maybe. Hey Prasad, please recommend sci-fi books and channel. Oh, you know what? I'm dropping a hint now. One of the books for wait, let me just confirm. I'm just confirming the genre of the book that we're going to pick up next. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not sure if the book that we're going to pick up next month is a sci-fi, because I think it is, but I'm not sure because it doesn't say on online if it is actually. But yeah. Ayush, yeah, I know the cover is very pretty. Although I wish I still will try to get the other cover. If you want to gift me the cover, more than welcome to. But yeah, Ayush is my friend though. Yeah, I'm not just asking any random person to gift me the book. But yeah, the cover is really pretty. Hindi literature की books पढ़ती हो आप, like Satyajit Ray की किताब. Hey Aksh, if you go back a few episodes, I've actually recommended one of his books. Although I think वो उनकी सबसे famous किताब है, but I think that is something that introduced me to his writings. But yeah, I do try and pick up some Hindi literature books. But अगर आपको हिंदी literature का शौक है, पथिक stream करते हैं हर Wednesday, and वो हिंदी literature के बारे में बहुत बात करते हैं, and he has much better command there. So do check out his streams. काफी मजेदार होती हैं. In fact, कल हमारे चैनल पर गुफ्तगू के इरफान सर आए थे. उनका शो फिर से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, रेखता पर आएगा. सो डू चेक आउट दैट एज वेल. 21 से स्टार्ट हो रहा है वो. एंड कल हमारे साथ उन्होंने भी स्ट्रीम किया था, सो उन्होंने उसमें कुछ किताबें रेकमेंड करी, तो आप वो स्ट्रीम देख सकते हैं, पथिक के एपिसोड्स देख सकते हैं उसके लिए. बट या, हे ओजस्वी, डिड आई ट्राई द मेडिटेटिव रिग्रेशन एक्सरसाइजेस? It's very embarrassing. I slept through them. Leonard Cohen wrote many books and they have poems. He never adapted into songs. He's a master of spiritual poetry. I actually read his book, which I recommended in the episode as well, and now I've forgotten the name of it. Yeah, but I really like his songs. I like his songs a lot. I think one of my favorite songs is by him. Not essentially his version, but it's not Hallelujah, but there's another song that I really love. Arpit, how was I did not have any date on Valentine's. Yeah, that's why all of us were streaming that day. अगर आपने वो stream नहीं देखा, do check it out. I think Aditi, Dhruv, I, and Vaibhav were streaming that day, and it was mind blowing. We had a lot of fun. I was confused the entire time because Aditi had some great questions. Also, हमारा रत्ना पाठक शाह वाला एपिसोड आज आया है, so do watch it अगर आपने अभी नहीं देखा है. उनका ओके सॉरी कल आया था. अगर आपने अभी तक नहीं देखा है, डू वॉच इट. उन्होंने बहुत प्यारी रिकमेंडेशंस दी हैं. इफ यू आर समवन हु इज इंटरेस्टेड इन प्लेस एंड हिंदी लिटरेचर एंड ऑफ कोर्स इंग्लिश की तो बात ही करी है उन्होंने, बट अगर आपको प्लेस का भी शौक है, especially the ones that are happening on Indian front, do check them out. It's a very interesting recommendation series. But yeah, I was trying to scroll through the comments and I realized I also have a phone where I can check the comments, which is much more convenient. Have you ever wanted to buy a book, but it was only available with not so good looking cover like the movie poster? I didn't buy it, Vishal. I do not own, I own just one copy of 1984 for the sake of it. I'm yet to buy the book, like a proper book. What do you think about Murakami? Hi Paris, I've only read a couple of his stories and I think Kafka was my first writing. The thing that I loved about him, and it could be something that's entirely that comes in or comes up because of the translation. But what I really like about the writing was how, or maybe it's just because I dive too deep. But there were bits where I actually got emotional, especially when, okay, I don't want to give in, like, maybe you should ask this question to me next week when we are streaming about Kafka on the Shore, because, and then I won't, then I will be allowed to give spoilers, because right now I think there are people who are still reading Murakami. Hey, Ayush, you've stopped gifting books to people. Nice. This is not nice though. Hi, Vice President. How are you? Kabir, on Earth we are briefly gorgeous. Hey, this is in my reading list. I got it I started reading it, but then some things came up, so I'm going to read it in a few days. Hey, Nikhil, how are you? Nikhil is our godfather, and he's an amazing person. Um, we were talking about spirituality. I think, in case you just joined, we also discussed, and I recommended Winnie the Pooh. I just finished reading Kafka on the Shore, and oh wait, there are so many books lying around. And I got this book quite recently, Winnie the Pooh, and it's very interesting, and its की dedication काफी interesting है. So, yep, there are lots of spiritual masters in India as well. I recommend a book, An Apprenticed to a Himalaya Master by Shri N. I remember when I was growing up, there used to be a temple of I don't know, but there were a lot of Vivekanand books there, and I remember going through them, and I was like uh, very much influenced by. I think it's when I was in class 4 and 5, there was no bookstore in my town where I lived, where I was growing up at that time, and there was just one temple there, and I think it was, I don't know, बट वहां पर एक छोटी सी लाइब्रेरी होती थी जहाँ पे आपको काफी सारी किताबें मिलती थी ऑन स्पिरिचुअलिटी ऑन विवेकानंद. And I used to get them a lot because those were the only things that were available there. And I was so influenced. I would sit in front of. I used to listen to Shivani speak, and मुझे कुछ समझ नहीं आता था, but I just used to like how she is so polite and she takes her time answering things, and there's no rush. And someone who's listening to her will also calm down. So I do not know how that works, but it was so nice. Hi, Navy Blue. I think you're in the wrong chat. Nearing the end of Kafka on the Shore, hope it won't make any sense, Nikhil. It won't. But I think that's the beauty of magical realism. The more you should not try and make sense of it, just take it in as it goes. I mean, if you disagree, please let me know. Hi Vishal, you should do a stream about the books you recommended in Kitab Ghar series for new subscribers. I am not sure what you mean. Can you please specify? Because I'm trying to understand your remark, but I'm unable to do so. Have you read any book which featured? I am not sure. Let me think about this and get back to you. Um, can you suggest nonfiction on water and environmental issues? I am afraid that's out of my league right now. I do have a book that I picked up for plastics, but nobody talks about this book, so I can't think of it. I actually got it from one of my father's friend gifted it to me. And it was quite an interesting read. But I will you can drop me a line on vaani@chalchitratalks.com. And if I find the link to that book, I will share it with you. Kafka will make sense at the end. Kush, did it make sense to you? Because I'm still a little confused as to what happened. I saw that you read graphic books too. And so it should be on list love for and forget the things you can see only when you slow down. Hey, this one is actually on my list. Um, Okay. But yeah, this is pretty cool, guys. Um, Tomorrow also Vaibhav and I are going to stream on Moneyball. Aaj Thursday. Yes, tomorrow is Friday, and Vaibhav and I usually do these laid back streams on Fridays. And tomorrow I actually finally saw Moneyball. So yep, uh, Vaibhav and I are going to stream on Moneyball. I'll probably share my views. But it was so fun. We actually, Saurabh, I, and Vaibhav sat down together. Humne Netflix party, which is now Teleparty. We saw Moneyball together, and it was so nice, surreal to watch it together. Especially Vaibhav gets so excited जब उसके favorite scenes आते हैं. It's very interesting. But we are going to do a stream on Moneyball as well tomorrow. So if you like that film, or if you want to just stay around for the enthusiasm of Vaibhav, do watch the stream because it'll be really fun. I also saw some comment about Bill Gates. You know, he actually started this new podcast with this woman, जिनका मुझे नाम याद नहीं आ रहा. So I have terrible memory, and I think I should note these things down. But then again, but he started this podcast really, and it's very interesting because you don't expect him to be so funny, and you see a completely new side of Bill Gates there. And if you are someone who is interested in environment, disaster, climate, and so on and so forth, do check out this podcast anyway. It's beautiful and lovely. Moneyball, yes. Maybe you'll find both of us quoting more Moneyball Prasad Sangole. Let's do teleparty, all of us. What's up, group? Hey, that's a nice idea. I like movie recommendations by Webber. Isn't that like I think 9 out of 10 people on this channel are here because all of us love movie recommendations by Vaibhav. But what I loved in Kafka on the Shore is the detail that he gave for the locations. Yeah, you actually imagine the entire wall the way it is, along with everything. But yeah, is there a member only WhatsApp group as well here? Hi, Shashank. So if you want to join us on WhatsApp, because we do have our WhatsApp groups, and you're a godfather, I think. But if you actually become a patron, if you support us, if you like our work, to support us, that's one, because it really helps us, and we are trying to make Chalchitra grow as much as we can. And your contributions help us grow and take care of ourselves and better our work and get better equipment as well in the process. And if you really like our work, do support us. And Hamare Godfathers, which is the top tier of our patrons or members of the YouTube community, Hamare Godfathers ke liye we have separate individual exclusive groups where we discuss books, films, music, and so on and so forth. Quite recently, हमने अपने Godfathers के साथ, I mean, there was a time when we wrote letters to them. Then in the month of January, we actually did calls with them. Now we are actually thinking what is it that we can do for the month of Feb. And we try our best to make them comfortable and like us even more. We work harder. So if you like us, do support us or join our community, become a patron. We have 3 categories: Goodfellas, Gladiators, Godfathers. Do join Godfathers because then you'll get to interact with us as well on WhatsApp. And then there are Gladiators as well. Gladiators, may I think you only have access to one group. Godfathers में you can join our quiz streams. Quiz से आता है Monday को हमारे movie quizzes start हो गए हैं. So if you're someone who likes movies, you should watch that. And yeah, so that's that. Hey Abha, okay, there's a surprise for you on the live stream channel of Discord. Good, I'm excited. Hey, have you hit 1,000 already? I'm so sorry. Oh yes, I will come for Vaibhav's reaction. You should, all of us should. But yeah, a quiz with Godfathers maybe. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's actually something that can actually be done and arranged for, maybe. Hey Anshul, how are you? Thank you so much for showing your love. No name number two, Vaani. What up? Thunderstorms in Mumbai right now. I'm not from Mumbai, dude, so I wouldn't know. But this is great. Somewhere your backgrounds in your book recommendations make me feel warm while I'm listening to which book I should read for warmth in this cold world. Not sure I understood this comment, but this sounds really great. But yeah, have we hit 1,000 people already on Discord, guys? Because we were 40 short a few minutes ago, and it'd be so nice if you guys could join our Discord channel. It's a surprise for me. That's even better. But yeah, we'll soon reach 1,000. Can you start on recommendations on podcast? We actually do have Dhruv who used to recommend podcasts, but wo kuch time se he was a little busy, but he'll start again. But yeah, and there's also this podcast that I have done on podcasts. So you can check out my episode. What did I just? There's also this episode that I've done on podcasts. You can check out that as well. Um, but yeah, have you read anything by Sean? We actually last stream pay. So guys, there's this Friday stream that Weber and I do. And last week we actually discussed an essay by Joan. I do not know if that's the correct pronunciation, but I really like her essays. I haven't read her books, but I've read her essays and I really like them. Yeah, and there are other books as well. Godfather's Kili Shashank. Of course, you know that you're the Godfather. But yeah, we're actually coming up with a lot of things. And that reminds me, in addition to the networking course that we are doing, Web of Networking course, RI, which is going to be very exciting. There's also this new thing that we're coming up with. It'll probably, I can't tell you a lot about it, but it's kind of like we hit the first milestone in this sort of somewhat project, our new project, Project X, today. And I remember like Weber when I were texting each other, and Saurabh was there as well. And when I get excited, I mumble my words, and this is what I just did. But Saurabh, Weber, and I were in the group, and Weber just shared the first thing. And all of us teared up because it was so nice and we're so excited about it. And there are so many exciting things that are going to happen on the channel in the near future. And I just don't know. We are so excited because even speaking about it makes me a little emotional right now. But yeah, many new things are coming up, and I hope you feel as good about them when you see them as we feel right now because we are so excited to bring them to you. But this is nice. Good. I think I've covered most of the things that I had planned to discuss. But yeah, thoughts on Dostoevsky. So how do you discuss? Okay, but this is great. The deep dive into by Pathik. I think you misspelled his name. Pathik is awesome. But hey, but yeah, I am just trudging along now, but this is interesting. So there are also a couple of new books that I'm reading right now, which I think won't be interesting. But let me know. Yesterday we had brought in Irfan sir from Guftu. Who all would you like to see in our streams now? Um, we are planning to get a few more guests. Like Vaibhav did this episode with Miss Shreya on Monday, and yesterday we did it with Irfan sir. What other guests would you like to see on our live streams? Because this will be so interesting. Hey Asif, where did you see Vaibhav? Hi Shiv, you haven't missed a lot here. We just discussed a couple of books, among other things, and just give me a second, guys. Just give me a second, guys. But yeah, you didn't miss a lot. But yeah, are you asking us to get Christopher Nolan for the live stream? Nikhil, Nilesh Mishra, Varun Grover. Hey Shashank, that's actually a great idea to have weekly regional book promotion or discussion. I tried to discuss a few things, but I think I myself, yeah, you should actually do so. You have access to our WhatsApp groups, I'm certain, and you can join our Discord community as well, and we can have a discussion there as well. And it would be so nice because all of us would like to know more about regional book recommendations. Hey Vani, love you and your team's work. I wanted to ask, how does one get in the panel? I think I can contribute with music recommendations. Thanks. Hi Hansraj. You can write an email to Vaibhav and myself, vani@chalchitratalks.com, vaibhav@chalchitratalks.com, and we'll get in touch with you. And if we like what you do, we will definitely bring you aboard. I am sure Konkana Singh, I'm certain as well. There's a bookshop named Walking Book Fairs. It has been started by Shatabdi. It is, I think, one of the best initiatives someone has taken to transport books for commercial purpose and to remote areas. I just give me a minute, guys. Just trying to fix something. Yep, I'm so sorry about it. Hey Shashank, aren't you a godfather? So I'm really sorry about it. There's some problem here. I don't know why it's getting stuck. Yep. Um, Shashank, I'm on Discord, but not on WhatsApp group though. That shouldn't be the case. If you're a godfather, please write an email to us, Saurabh at the rate talks.com and Vaibhav at the rate talks.com and myself. We would actually get you through to the WhatsApp groups because you're a godfather, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, Chetan Bhagat maybe. Hey, that's an interesting one. We should try getting Chetan Bhagat. Pratik Kuhad if possible. Nice. That's a good one. Hey, yep, that's nice. So I think I've run out of most things to say, and I am trying to think if I'm forgetting something. There should be live movie discussion sometime. If you think about live movie, we are going to talk about Moneyball tomorrow night. Vaibhav and I are going to do a stream on Moneyball. So do join us there. हमारी Friday streams काफी laid back होती हैं. We wrap up the entire week and we discuss all the things that we absolutely love and care for. And quite recently हमने Clubhouse पर भी जाना शुरू किया है. And it's very interesting because we talk about things and there are so many people who join us there. So if you're on Clubhouse and you don't follow us yet, do get in touch with us there. And we're also on Goodreads now. I mean, at least I am. And you can join me there on Goodreads and we can discuss the books and we can follow each other's progress as well. But this is interesting. Are you planning on reading another one of Murakami's books soon? For a book a month? No, but otherwise, yes. I was so intrigued after Kafka that now I've ordered Norwegian Wood too. I think my next book is also going to be Norwegian. But yes, we're going to do Moneyball tomorrow. And yeah, I think Pring Vijay, I do not know how to spell his name, but I know who he is. Remade as yes. Oh, that's interesting. We could try doing that. Guys, whenever you think someone should come on Chalchitra Talks, प्लीज डोंट आस्क अस, आप उनके कमेंट सेक्शन को रेड कर दीजिए, कर ली आप उनके कमेंट सेक्शन को रेड कर लिए कीजिए, कर लिया कीजिए। विद समथिंग इज रॉन्ग विद दिस, राइट? जब भी आपको लगे आप रेट कर लीजिए, करिए उनके कमेंट्स को, एंड वी विल फॉर श्योर गेट देम, लाइक ऑफ कोर्स उन्हें बताइए that there's a channel called Chalchitra Talks and they should come over and recommend their favorites here. Vani, can you please tell me where to buy books other than Amazon or Flipkart? Yeah, I usually buy my books from Amazon and Flipkart. And apart from that, there are these local stores, and I'm very excited about this one bookstore that I'm visiting this Sunday, because it has been there since, like, I go to a couple of bookstores, and there was this additional bookstore that I discovered last week. And last week, wo closed tha because I don't know, it's off on certain days. And I was just so amazed because I never knew it existed. And I'm so excited because I think I'm going to go there on Saturday. And it's nice. Will there be any book from Arundhati Roy in this book a month schedule? I am not sure about it. I can't promise because we've already done a lot of fiction. Um, in the future, we're trying to get all the. So now the thing is, we're trying to get all sorts of we're trying to cover all the categories, and while I am in the process of covering all the categories, I'm also trying to cover all as many nationalities as we can, so we get to know more about the culture of other countries. So we did Japan, we did England, we did young adult, we did magical realism of sorts, and then I also want to do some Chinese literature, and I also want to pick up I don't know, English translations of as many variety of pieces as we can, and along with it I also want to pick up some non-fiction. And non-fiction with, I think we're going to do Attached or Atomic Habits. I'm not sure. But I get author fatigue, so might go for non-Murakami. Me too. And I think you guys will really like. So Murakami, a lot of people complained was a little longer. So the next book is probably going to be a little shorter and something that will be convenient for all of us. But yeah. Hi Anurag. I wonder, have you read books that you have completed as a Dare challenge? I started Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace. So confusing due to unconventional story structures are difficult. I was actually thinking to buy Infinite Jest a couple of days ago, and I had walked into a bookstore just planning to get Infinite Jest, but I gave up because I don't know, I got a little scared. But I've done that. I've done that. But my friends are usually not nice enough to give me books like Infinite Jest. I get the bad ones. But yeah, I finished a book recently, and it wasn't something a dare challenge, but they asked me to just like I think it was The Kite Runner for me. But because I was really afraid of reading it because I had read this book Dear Zari, which I've recommended n number of times on the channel, and I just could not bring myself to pick up something similar. And then someone dared me to read The Kite Runner, and I did. And I couldn't read anything else for a month. So that's that. Regional books have a lot to tell. Being a Bengali, I would love if you go for that. Somewhere we have always kept regional books aside, but after Dhruv and Manav episode, I'm so sure you'll do it. Yeah, it's actually interesting. I particularly am trying to educate myself more on that front because I also think until now a lot of prejudice or a lot of recommendations come from the fact what is more accessible, and regional literature is becoming accessible now. I think in the past few years it has become much more accessible, and therefore it might take me some time to actually read all of it or read most of it or at least some of it to be good enough to be able enough to recommend it to you. But I'm certain this is going to happen pretty soon because this is heartwarming as well, because you read these stories and you are reminded of yourself or your hometown when you were growing up. So that's interesting. But yeah, this is nice, guys. So I just want to end the stream after, again, I'll try reading this dedication of the book Winnie the Pooh. And I read this, I mean, for those of you who've just joined, yep, for those of you who've just joined, there's this book, Winnie the Pooh, that I got for myself right now. And this key dedication, I think, is one of the most beautiful dedications I've ever come across. And it goes to her. And I think it's something that I don't know who exactly is this book dedicated for because it just came in. And it says, "Hand in hand we come, Christopher Robin and I." So Christopher Robin was the child of the author AAM. "To lay this book in your lap, say you're surprised, and say you like it. Say it's just what you wanted because it is yours, because we love you." And I think it's one of the most beautiful dedications I've ever read. And it has a beautiful cover as well. It's a beautiful, beautiful yellow. And this is the cover. And I really recommend this book if you, I don't know. This is a very simple book, but again, it's very beautiful. But yeah. So this was great, guys. And I think I'm going to end it. And for those of you who would like to listen to me more, I am doing another live on Instagram right now for about a few minutes, 15 minutes approximately, I think. And yeah, Dhruv will be joining me there, and we will be talking about random things from here and there, about some podcasts maybe in the process. So do join us there. And if you are on Clubhouse, we'll also be doing we will also be doing a session there. And yeah, I think we have another live tomorrow. So I think not I think, I will see you guys tomorrow as well on our Friday stream, where we and I are planning to talk about a lot of things, a lot of new things that we have been trying. But in addition to that, we're also going to do a stream on Moneyball because I just finished watching it quite recently. And it is a beautiful movie. No wonder Weber talks about Moneyball every time. But yeah. Hi Sushmita, you're new here. Nice. Um, Kabir, what do you think about a session on banned books that have been made accessible now? We can do, if you're asking me about whether a session is possible, definitely. We can host the session and it will be very interesting. But I kind of get afraid when things actually turn political because you never know the kind of you never know the control you will have on the audience then on the audience with the speakers who are there because anything could trigger anyone, right? So I think I'm still trying to practice control that ways, and once we have control, definitely we could discuss it and take it up. But yeah, that is interesting. That is an interesting idea, and we have actually thought about it. But we can try to do that. Oh, yes, Vishal, there is not going to be any astrology, I'm afraid. Or maybe we could try that and lose 20 more people who are watching us in that time. But yeah, that can be interesting. I met someone a few days ago who actually reads palms, and it was ridiculous. So, but yeah. So, guys, I will quickly. So, if you guys are still interested, you can join me for my Insta Live, and I'll see you guys there on Instagram and post that on Clubhouse. And tomorrow, do join for the Friday stream if you're watching us, if you're watching this right now, because Weber and I are going to talk about Moneyball. So, of course, I am a terrible. I don't watch a lot of films, but do come for Webhub's, I don't know, enthusiasm because he's very excited about it. He was extremely excited about me watching the film as well. So I'm pretty certain बहुत मजा आएगा. And do join us there. But yeah, I'll see you guys on Instagram now for those of you who stay. And do get in touch with me on Goodreads, and Weber is also on Goodreads. To get in touch with us on Goodreads or our email IDs. And you can always, and also do join our Discord server. because I think the last time I checked, हमारे 40 कम लोग थे. So do join and let's be a family of 1,000 now. It's kind of nice when you hit milestones, right? But I will take your leave. And this was a great session. Do let me know if you want to have another session on spirituality because I'll come prepared and we can talk a lot about it. But yes, I'll see you guys on Instagram in about 10-15 minutes. So see you.